morning.
Good morning. Your image of these like little villages is going to be really quiet and peaceful, and it kind of is, but the dude next to us was up pretty late on his cell phone, so that was a bit distracting. I was so tired I fell asleep anyways. But then, like, as soon as the sun comes up at like 4:30 and 5 o'clock in the morning, all the dogs start going berserk and barking and stuff, and then of course the roosters get at it too. So yeah, it's not quite as peaceful as I had hoped, but I guess I don't really mind the dogs and the roosters so much. But it would have been nice if it could have been quieter while we were trying to fall asleep. But what are you gonna do? I just looked outside and the village has disappeared into a cloud.
This is insane. We're up, we're in a hot dog boat on the muddy river, going to the pinnacle that our guidebook said we'd never make it to.
And we've been told that the freshwater crocs don't really bite. A little hot dog boat was just for like maybe 10 or 15 minutes, but like what stuff you see is like in the jungle, like for real, going through this little river. And they said that they could hear some monkeys, but we didn't get a chance to see any. Came up to this point where you could look up and then see this peak that we're about to climb, but just barely through the haze, and it's kind of daunting just to see it in that way. And it's quite a bit bigger than I had pictured in my head. So I don't know how we're gonna get to the top of this thing, because it's supposed to be a pretty like hellacious climb. So we're just hiking through the jungle right now, and we're headed to it. Kind of nervous. We've been informed that there are some poisonous plants in the jungle, and not to touch them because they will make you very itchy, like a poison ivy type thing. I'm wearing shorts. Man, that was a real sexy shot, wasn't it? I don't think we've even like hit the difficult part yet, but some of the stuff we've been up has been pretty, like, it's harder lean than that 16% we were driving up yesterday, let's put it that way. And it's a little bit muddy, but he said we're lucky because it's not bad. So it hasn't been too slippery, which I think would be the main like thing you'd be worried about. We've arrived at this little rest hut. Something just crawled up my leg. Freaked me out, man. We've arrived at this little rest hut, and then we are going to go up this little path to, I think, where the actual rock climb starts. And I'm not quite sure like what we've gotten ourselves into. Virgil, the dude that spoke English really well yesterday, was like, it's not easy. So here we go.
So I cut my hand and now I'm getting some medicine.
Guess I'll just stop the bleeding, I guess. You found nature's band-aid.
Found nature's band-aid. Thank you. We've reached the top of Batu Punggul. And, wow, it was a really good hike. Honestly, I could keep going. Like, it was fun. It was challenging. My heart rate was in the right place.
And this is one of the very few places that you can see like a clean shot of nothing but like undisturbed rainforest and jungle in this region. This area is, I guess, it's protected, is what they explained to us. So there's not any logging or anything taking in place, like basically for a majority of where you can look from here. So it's amazing. It's just this huge rock, 200 meters like up, and it's straight up in a lot of cases. And you've got this like jagged rock that you're climbing up, which is great because it's easy to stick to it. Like it's easy to keep your feet like locked in, and like there's a lot to hold on to. But it does cut your hands up a little bit. And the medicine seems to have worked a little. Like it's not bleeding so bad. And
there are a lot of places, including where I'm standing right now, if you fell, you die. Like, there's no question about it. It's very far down, and it's straight down, and you'd get ripped apart by the rocks.
Man, you didn't need to say that while I was standing here.
It's pretty freaky, but the view up here is really, really incredible. And watching you climb was awesome. It was just cool to see, like, you're just a hard ass. You just climbed up that rock, man. You just went up. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
He showed us a cave at one point, and he was like, yeah, a tiger lives here. I was like, what? Wait a second here. And I was like, is this like a big, like a house cat or like a tiger? And he was like, it's like a tiger. Yeah, I don't know. This is a really amazing experience.
Yeah.
And we can see the village that we were staying in from here. We can see the river that we came up up on the boat through, and we can see about a billion trees. Yeah. There's another boat going up the river right now, and they're going into the jungle to go hunting. And the way that the guide we have could tell is that they have dogs with them, and they use the dogs to, you know, chase the animals, and then they will hunt the animals. And he said they use them with, they use guns a lot of times, and it's illegal. But like these Bee Mountain people, they do what they want. A lot of the rocks on this formation are somewhat hollow, and when you tap on them, you can hear that it has like a pitch to it. And sometimes there will be rocks with different levels of density near each other, and you can hit them in ways that it makes like drum patterns and stuff. And one of the guides, this dude that is like the most Indiana Jones dude I've ever met in my life, he knows where they're all at because he's climbed up here like 1,000 times. And he's been playing drum beats, so we're going up this. And he also, like, they told us that he like will go out into the jungle for like 8 days at a time to go hunting alone and just survive. It's just amazing, these people. You always assume that up is going to be the hard part, but sometimes down is. I'm curious how this one's going to go, because like, when you go up, you can't see the down part, you can't see how far up you are, you know, you're just looking up. But when you're going down, man, some of this stuff is like pretty drop-off scary. At the very top, we've got this little jump you have to make. And the story behind this little jump is that a couple had come up here and the woman was afraid to jump, so the man made like a body bridge to go across, and she stepped on him and they both fell. We're just gonna make a jump. That area where the couple had fallen from that I mentioned a few minutes ago, they've now shown us what it looks like below that spot, which they have intelligently not shown us before we climbed this. It's much better to see it after you had to deal with that. So this is it.
Ubil has climbed a tree, and now he's pulling leaves out of the tree. We're going to play a game. We don't know what, but it starts with him climbing a tree. When a man with a machete says he wants to play a game, you sit down and you do what he says. Looks like he's taking the bark off of the tree, smoothing it, and he's going to make a spear type tool device. The other guys have collected all of these leaves that you see here. 1, 2, 3. And then he pierces it with his tool and slide it through. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
What exactly is the purpose of the leaf folding and sticking on the plant, do you know?
Nope. I know that I've been tasked with folding the leaf, and I am folding the leaf. So 1 and 2 and 3, and then I give it to him and he stabs it, and he looks pleased with my folding. See? He's pleased.
Can I do like this?
Yeah.
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 So the way this works, once you put all of the leaves on the stick, is everybody gets to see if you can move it, and if you can move it, you're strong. It's basically like one of those strength games at the mall where you put the quarter in and squeeze it. Okay, and pull it apart.
Okay. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I can't move it. Maybe she can do it.
I don't think if you can't do it.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I can't do it. You got this?
I can do it in my sleep.
Yeah. Again.
Again? I definitely can't do it. Wow. That's impressive. It's very strong.
First time.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
We are.
This is granddad stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, this is like your granddad's like, well, you try it. Oh,
I want to see him do it.
he's not gonna do it.
You want? Two people.
I did a little bit, maybe.
Oh, it moves a little bit.
Somebody's gonna get stabbed. Do it, do it, do it! Go, go, go!
Ah! Very good.
Nice job. It hurts up here in your shoulders trying to do it.
On the way back down to the boat, there's a cave that's kind of like underneath the entire rock structure that we climbed up. And we have to go down inside the cave, and there's like nests from, I think, like sparrows, like small birds.
Swiftlets.
Swiftlets, is that what they're called?
That's what I think.
And you can see the babies like in a nest. Like you just walk right up there, and it's just right there, chilling, taking a snooze. And we stopped, and there was just, we're kind of in like kind of a concealed type of area inside the cave. And there's bats flying around you like everywhere. You can hear the wings, like the sound that the wings are making and stuff fluttering past you. It's amazing. They can't really see you, but they can use sonar or whatever, and they can detect you. They don't hit you at all, but you're out really close. You can feel the wind and stuff from the wings going by. And there was quite a few of them flying around this little area. It's pretty incredible. And then there was just an open area down at the bottom of the cave that you could see up, and you could see some light coming in from above. We were only in there for 5 minutes. It wasn't a very deep cave, but it was a nice little side adventure.
Wait for it. Wait for it.
This tree makes noise.
Wow.
That's a hell of a taiko.
It's amazing. Okay, I'm good.
My hand up?
Yeah.
So now you know what it smells like.
Okay. You can smell it through your hand?
Yeah, give another sniff.
What? I was like, yeah, it's amazing. How is that possible? It's really cool.
You know.
We can now, for the first time, see all of Batu Punggul from the river and see what it is that we climbed up. I can't believe we went up there. Like, for real. Look at that. It looks impossible to climb that.
And it was kind of slightly impossible. There was some crazy stuff in there. I did some stuff today I didn't think I'd be doing, and it was incredible.
And now we've got to go back to a village and somehow get 200 kilometers or more down the road with a motorbike.
Yeah. These beautiful little flowers, they just look like little pink pom-poms. but they're actually alive. When I think about like flowers and trees, I don't really feel like they're alive. I know that they're alive. Like, I know they're growing and changing and doing stuff, but you never really feel like they're alive in the sense that they like react or are like us in any way. But these mimosa flowers, these little pink pom-poms sitting on the side of the road, if you just touch their leaves, they start closing up and protecting themselves. And it's very like human-like, very protective of itself. Am I muddy?
No, I was just seeing if you were gonna move. I touched you.
Oh.
You're supposed to say, protect yourself, son. That is definitely mud.
Muddy.
Yeah.
Nah, I trust you.
They close faster and faster. The little village that we're staying in is having a festival today to commemorate the death of an uncle that happened 100 days ago, and they're having cockfights and like a bunch of drinking and lots of eating and stuff, and we were invited to stay, but we don't have time. We just can't squeeze that time in. Like, if we don't keep moving, then we are going to have a problem further down the road. So unfortunately, we're going to miss that. But on the good flip, like, we got to go on one of the most incredible adventures I've ever been on. So we're gonna head down the road probably about 5 hours on the bike today, and after that climb, it's going to be a bit of a that's a tall order. And on the way out of town, we have hit up another village that's right next to the place where we talked to the girls in the church-looking building, and they are selling us some fuel. And here is 5 ringgit worth of petrol that I'm about to pour in the bike. And we might actually need 2 of these. I'm not sure how empty we are.
Find out.
Did you want a drink? Do you want to taste this?
Nah, I think I'm good on tasting that. I'm gonna smell enough of it in just a minute.
I forgot to mention the price of the entire thing. For 3 meals, a place to stay, and the boat ride in, the hike up back down, and some of the kindest people I've ever met in my life. We had a shower and everything. Unbelievable, right? The whole thing, he asked for like $41 or something. And he was like, if it's too expensive, then, you know, you can pay less. And I was just like, we're just gonna go ahead and give you $50 and this, you keep the change. You know, like, dude, just, I was blown away that, like, you go to some places and they aren't super poor, but they just try to just jab every penny out of you as a tourist. And then you go to places where, like, they don't have a lot of money. And he's got a baby coming, and like, their situation is tough. And he's like, you know, if this is too much money, then don't worry. It's just unbelievably kind people.
Where are they going?
I don't know. They're
over to the cantina.
The cantina must have some.
Gonna get some bananas.
Excellent elephant jams, y'all. We hit up the elephant canteen and just need to get some water. And I saw this biscuity thing in there, so I thought, what the hey? Let's see what the elephants are getting down on. And the dude in there said it was good. So it was delicious, actually, is what he said.
Is it red bean?
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. It tastes like raisins, dude. Like straight up tastes like...
I thought it was raisins, but then I thought that's way too much raisin.
Yeah,
but
it tastes like raisin.
Maybe,
I think it's red bean, but it really tastes like raisin. And this is like a flaky breading on the outside. He's damn right, it's delicious.
Not feeling too good about this cloud.
This road we're doing 200 clicks on today, I can't say that with a straight face, 200 clicks, whatever. We're going 200 kilometers on this road. It is well maintained, kind of. Like, it exists and it's paved, but there's a lot of this business going on that's going on behind me here, where there's potholes that, like, if you hit those things at full tilt on this bike, it'll end the day. So you have to be very alert. I would definitely not want to be driving this in the dark. they explained to me that the reason that this road even exists, and I'm under the impression that it wasn't paved until 2009. And that's pretty crazy. So that means all these communities were even more like distantly secluded until 2009. And the reason that it was paved was basically just so that the logging trucks could get the wood out of the area that they're logging in the forests here. And basically they keep the roads, from what I can tell, maintained to the level that a logging truck can comfortably go through. I mean, you can see this car is even taking it careful. Like,
if you have 4 wheels through this, you have to take it careful. We didn't have to take it as careful as all the other cars, but I mean, there's only like a small slip that a car can go through.
Yeah, and like the clearance level of the vehicle, like you could get high watered on that and not be able to go anymore. This truck is slowing down quite a bit, but he's got a much higher clearance, so it's all right. But even though the cars are, I mean, the cars have to slow down, but I'd much rather be in a car and hit that at full tilt and deal with the repercussions than on a bike where it's going to launch us into the sky.
Don't launch me into the sky, please. I've been seeing a lot of these coconut or pineapple plantations that have little roads going through them, and they just look like they'd be off-roading paradise for anybody who does like dirt biking. And I made Eric come down here, but it was probably a bad idea because we're not dirt biking. I said pineapple trees. Pineapples don't grow on trees. So yeah.
They do make jam.
Yeah, they be jamming.
Pineapple jams. So we filled up at the beginning of our journey on fuel, and literally just as we rolled into this tiny little skid mark of a town, just as we rolled in, I literally ran out of fuel. The bike is completely out. So I mean, we still have our side tank, but I'd like to just hold on to that as long as I can, and hopefully we'll just find somebody selling a bottle of it here in the little town. It's really amazingly well timed. So as you can see, we have the petrol station here, and they're all out of cow's milk. So I'm not sure what's going on exactly. They got a funnel, and we have petrol, but I would like to buy some petrol, but at the very least I'll use this funnel. It's apparently petrol somewhere, but we gotta talk to some guy in a house to get some. He's got birds. Look at that. So they don't have any petrol apparently. Nobody here spoke a word of English, but I mean, they understood what I was looking for. They used the word petrol apparently, because when you say it, they're like, oh, petrol, and it's written on things, so. They understood what we were looking for, but they totally did not have any, apparently, in the whole town. So the dude just brought a funnel over here, and we filled up our gas tank with our gas that we had in our emergency reserve, which I'm really glad we had now. And it's way easier to do with a funnel than it is without a funnel, so everything worked out. Maybe we should try to find a funnel and have that on hand as well. That would probably be smart.
Wise.
I mean, it wouldn't be life-changingly bad if we didn't have a funnel. We would get the gas in there somehow, but it would be real convenient to just have our own funnel. As we came down out of the woods, the roads became very, very, very easy to drive on and pretty well maintained. And I started baking some cookies, man. I was moving. Like, yeah. We were doing like 80 kilometers an hour and just like straight up. I think we made pretty good time. And we have come down into a fairly substantial little town that is on the coast. And it seems pretty nice already, just having driven through it to get to the hotel that Katie managed to find while we were driving down the road using the internet on her phone. This is the future. What is going on? You know what I mean? And we're at the room, and let's check it out.
I also wanted to say that, yeah, it was pretty nice just chilling on the back of that bike, not having to really worry about anything. And I was just looking at hotels while we were riding. It's been a little bit of like, oh, seeing that, seeing those palm trees, seeing those palm trees.
Yeah, there was a lot of palm trees, man.
So I felt bad at first, like I should be making sure that I don't miss any shots. I don't think I missed anything. Also, the people that we stayed with said it was going to take 5 hours. We did it in 4.5.
Blood out, because we were making cookies, man.
All right, we're heading in.
So this room is like $18 a night, I think, right? Is that what we came to? And you're gonna have to put it in the, Katie, we got one of these socket things over here.
Socket things?
Yep.
This door closes quick.
Oh, that was fast.
Whew.
All right, and this is what we got. We got a TV, and we got a pot boiler. What's this thing called in English? Water kettle. Water kettle?
Electric kettle.
Electric kettle. We got a place to sleep. We got a pink door to this restroom.
I heard that it's a 5-star mattress.
It's a 5-star. What's the hotel though?
The door to the bathroom is a bit funky, but
You thought they were gonna have a shower curtain. You were wrong.
I did think they were gonna have a shower curtain, but it doesn't make any sense for the shower curtain to be going this way when the toilet is this way.
This is really oddly laid out.
Yeah, it's very oddly laid out. I'm kind of disappointed that the shower curtain's not here.
You really hate the wet toilet is the thing.
Yeah, I think everyone does, except for the people who live with it. Once you have not lived with it and you've walked into the bathroom, walked out, and your feet aren't wet, it's like, why would I ever go back to that? But I guess like a strong majority of people in this country don't know about that, so.
Or in the world, probably.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
But I'll be real, having lived in Japan, anytime a toilet and a shower even in the same room, I'm just baffled. Like, why is that? The toilet should be in its own little room, the shower should be in its own little room, it should be all separated and everything. So, I mean, whatever, I guess it's just different stages of snobbiness about toilets.
Let's get that AC rolling.
We got all cleaned up. It's been a while since we've had a shower. Like, you know, we climbed that thing, bike road, and etc., etc. It's pretty grimy. Got that shower. And realized from the balcony of our hotel, which we don't have access to from our room, but from our hallway, you can see the ocean, and we were able to catch the tail end of the sunset.
We've come to a market that's on the waterfront of Tawau, and I was aiming for a particular market, but then I just got so hungry that I didn't care which market we ended up at. So we just ended up at a market. They don't seem like foreigners are their deal. And they act a little bit differently than we've seen in other places, like come out and give us our menu and are like quick to try and get us into their shop, which hasn't happened anywhere else. There were some guys that approached us to try and get us to have some seafood in another city, but it was nothing like this. Like, she hit me with the menu and like really wanted me to sit down. And some other guys just laughed at us and yelled at us a lot. It's an aggressive little market that I haven't seen in this country before. Here in Tawau, they have a few dishes that I want to try. The first one's gado gado, and I've heard that gado gado is served differently by every single shop, so you can keep eating it and keep eating it and keep eating it, and it's never the same. This is my first one, so I really have no gauge of exactly what it is. I read what it is, but I'm just gonna go into it. I know that they usually have these little like pork rind type things. I think they're just kind of styrofoamy. I don't know if they are actual pork rinds. The dish itself has like vegetables underneath. Like there are potatoes, I'm assuming these are. I'm gonna have to jump in here. This is gonna be a weird one. Yeah, I guess it's a potato. That seems like something I should know. It doesn't crunch in the way, or it isn't mushy in the way that we would expect potatoes to be, but it looks very potato-esque.
Is it daikon or something?
It might be a different type of potato that I've never had before. We'll go with that. Some green beans, which makes me really happy because I love green beans.
What is the sauce? It looks peanut based, am I crazy?
It's very spicy, and I think there are peanuts. I'm gonna get a scoop.
That was almost like a nacho.
Definitely some flavors in here I've never had. Tofu. If it's peanut, it's not overwhelmingly peanut. I was told this does have peanut in it, but it's more spicy than I would say it is peanut. And it's not crunchy like you would think that it would be, considering looking at it. It's got like meat in it. I find it very exciting. Like point blank, this is just a... Somebody went back there and was like, we've got 6 things to serve, just put them in there. And that's what I got on my plate. And I kind of like that because I do that at home a lot. And the flavor is very good, so I'm not disappointed in the least. I am very curious and have no idea what I'm eating, but it tastes good, so I can't complain about it.
It'd be cool if you like get another one someplace else to see the differences.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somewhere along the line.
Yeah. And then we also just got some chicken wings. They were cooking up. And then I got a plate of like fried chicken stuffs. So your meal is the really
Yours has a
interesting
curious
thing.
item on it I want to know about.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
I've never seen this either.
So it's this,
What's
right?
that? Yeah, it looks like a hash brown made out of peanuts.
Yeah, and
it's in the sambal sauce, so I'm assuming they want it to be a little bit spicy.
yeah, I don't know.
What's going on
I have
there?
no idea.
What is that? That's gonna be spicy, boy.
That is almost like eating salsa.
Wow.
It's like the way salsa hits the front of the tongue and the top.
Yeah.
It's like very similar in flavor to salsa.
But what's this thing? What is it?
I don't know.
I have to know. It seems like little pieces of potato pushed together, or some type of nut. I think it might be some sort of nut that has been pushed together, like taken with a hammer and just pounded together.
Yeah.
Not mashed, but like forced into this cube and just done hash brown style.
Let me see it. Yeah.
The consistency of it reminds me of like those nuts they sell in Yokohama.
Yeah.
That's the kind of consistency. It's a wet nut. It's
Yeah.
not a dry nut. It's
Yeah.
a wet nut.
I don't know.
It's a weird one.
It's a
I'm
mystery.
gonna have some of your salsa and I'm jumping into mine.
This red grilled chicken is not messing around. It is spicy and it is unbelievably delicious. This country knows how to get down on some bird, like for real. If you're in Malaysia, eat chicken. It's not gonna be, it's gonna be impossible not to eat chicken, let's be real. It's
Yeah.
like, every dish is like chicken, but you're not gonna be like upset about
this
it.
one.
I don't know, man, there might be chicken hiding in there, chicken potatoes or something. We both made basically the same comment. This is probably the best food we've had this entire trip. I'm not sure if it's because of the region we're in, or like maybe they use more spice here, or maybe these ladies just know how to sling chicken. But damn, it was really good. Like the flavoring was just intense. And a lot of the times we've been having stuff before, it's been good, but it's been subdued. And here it's just like incredible. So we ordered some dessert. We got an ABC Oreo mix. How about that thing? So it's just like the ice and then jellies and corn and Oreos with some ice cream on top. And it's melting, so this video is over. Somebody doesn't know where titties are supposed to go. Like we're You do not want to hit a fucking elephant. I had been waiting to share that with everybody, like excitedly waiting to share this video with everybody since we shot it the day after Christmas. And I've edited it this week, and I just let Katie watch the rough cut of it basically.
and it was really
magical, awesome,
just climbing that what was it, Batu Punggul, I think is what it was called.
Yeah, that was.
Is that how you say it? Like just climbing that.
We said that to other people. They didn't know what we were talking about.
Who did we say that to?
Random people.
Like when we were down there?
Yeah.
Oh.
When we were down around that area, not in that area.
So I'm not sure how famous it is. Like even if you're from Malaysia, do you know what that thing is, or is it only regionally famous, like in that region? Or how
shit our pronunciation is.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at this point, they've seen the rock we climbed up, so I'm sure they know what we're talking about. Yeah. The rock.
That rock.
Yeah. So like, is that a thing? But yeah, it was amazing. What do you always tell me? Tell everybody what you always tell me about this rock now when I ask you about it.
I want to climb that rock every morning and eat my breakfast on top of it and feel powerful. That is like one of my big daydreams, is just going and doing that.
You'd be monster ripped if you climbed that thing every day. That dude with the Indiana Jones hat and the amazing smile, he was in his late 60s or something. Like, and they said like he can climb that thing like very, very quickly. Because, I mean, he does it a lot.
I don't necessarily want to do it quickly. I just want to be able to do it on my own at some point. Like, that would be my goal.
Safely?
Yeah. Safely.
I don't know if there is a safely when it comes to climbing that thing.
Well, at least, like, knowing the path myself.
Yeah.
Because he was showing me stuff, which was awesome. He didn't speak any English, but the activity didn't need it. And that was really, really cool. Like, I'm experiencing something he's so talented at, and I am doing my best to. It was just really cool.
Yeah. The whole experience is like one of my top favorite memories of like all time. Like one of the coolest things we've ever done. Like wrapped around the entire situation, where in the previous video we didn't know if we'd even be able to find the people to do it. We just rolled into this village, and like the whole experience was just unbelievable. Really, really cool. Yeah. So, if you want to see more things like that, or you want to maybe find out more things about our videos and stuff like that, we have a lot of
I can tell you right now, we definitely want to do that, like more things like that.
More things like that.
We want to share that with everyone. Like, I don't even know how to express how awesome that would be.
Yeah, and we've done other things in the past that are pretty badass too. So if you've missed those things, check out some of our older videos, or like hit up our Facebook, hit up our Twitter, hit up our Reddit page, hit up our web page, which is going to have a bunch of really cool pictures specifically from this video.
Yeah.
Like we took really cool pictures when we were up on top of that rock, and like the thumbnail for this video is one of those. It's this amazing picture of us sitting up on top of it. It's really, really cool. So if you want to see more about like this specific experience and everything, that'd be a really good way to check it out. Is just hit our webpage. It's in the description of the video.
And if you want to make more amazing things like this happen and enjoy them together with us, you can go over to Patreon and just get involved and contribute to this amazing adventure.
Yeah, without Patreon, this wouldn't have happened flat out.
Not at all.
So everybody that's helped us out with that, it's like, thank you so much.
Yes.
It's really, really amazing.
Oh my God, yes. Thank you.
And of course, there's a subscribe button if you're not subscribed. And there is a like button with like thumbs up. If you want to click that, that helps us out. And then Katie wants to talk about the bell.
I always want to talk about the bell. I've recently used the bell, and now I get notifications.
Do you get it works now?
I get notifications.
Sweet. So there's there's a notification bell you can click.
I'm looking forward to the next Katie and Eric video.
And I've actually got a couple of quicker questions that we've gotten from some people that are food related about Tokyo, basically. I don't know how to say this person's name. It's from Patreon, Denise.
Denise Zoteman?
Zoteman? I'm not sure.
We definitely messed that
Sorry
up.
About Denise. If that's,
your name is Zoteman now.
DZ asks, what's your favorite sushi place in Tokyo now? I know that we liked Genki Sushi back in 2013, but they say, and I agree, in my humble opinion, they've been dropping their quality a bit the last few times I went. And I totally agree with that. We made a video for my birthday like 3 or 4 years ago when we went to Genki Sushi in Shibuya. And it used to be much, much better than it was. Back then, I'll be real, this is going to sound snobby, but back then there weren't very many tourists in there. And now when you go in there, it's like 90% tourists. And the quality of the food has really gone down, like in my opinion. I feel like the rice is not that good anymore. They used like a different type of fish, and it's like sloppy,
and I feel like a lot of it is a lot smaller than it used to be. And I don't know.
You got to get out. Like if you want to sit at a table.
Yeah, because there's a huge line all the time now. I don't know what exactly happened, but I think maybe it got featured in Lonely Planet or something, and it's just driving tons of tourists there.
Yeah, we haven't gone there. Probably haven't been there in a year or so.
It's probably 6 months ago. I went in there for lunch, and I kind of just left feeling like I don't really need to come back here anymore. It's a cool experience if you're a tourist. Don't go there for great sushi, but like they have the ordering on the screen and it's in English and stuff, so it's really easy to navigate. So I mean, it's not bad in that respect, but I've started actually going to, I don't even know the name of the place. There's this tiny little sushi place in Sugamo that is a train station that's near where we live, and that's my favorite place to go. And I will put a link, if I remember, to Google Maps link to them if you want to check it out. But you be brave because there is no English going on up in there.
Yeah,
like,
there's no English menu. There's no touch screen.
There's no touch screen.
It's not even kaiten sushi, is it?
No, it's kaiten. It's going around on a conveyor belt, so you could take from there. But people in Japan don't do that often. Like, it's funny. That's just like an advertisement. Most people just order, and then the sushi chef will make it fresh for you, and then hand it directly to you. To the point of where I have gone to take stuff off of the conveyor belt before, and they have stopped me and made it fresh for me, like in that place. So the reason that I like this place is because it's some old dudes working there, like old dudes, like hunched over old dudes, and they're like slinging their fish, and like this is what they do, and it's pretty cheap. The quality is, I would say, for a cheap sushi place, very high. I know that you probably go to some place and get like, you know, turbo expensive sushi, but that's not my deal. So like for
that better not be your deal. Are you doing that for lunch?
So I like busting there, and I spend like $12 or whatever. And
$12
I leave stuff to the brim. And part of what's cool is that when I go in there, like they know me now, so like they know, like I go in there, and if there's this one specific old dude in there, I always get to maguro, like when I first walk in, he just hands them to me now. So
wow.
Yeah, so like I don't know, something about that. I feel like I'm in the club. But it's a cool atmosphere because the conveyor belt goes around an island basically, and the seats are all around this island. It's a little tiny, cramped little area, and the chefs are all in the middle of the island. And there's this, I don't know, there's a cool atmosphere. It's just cool. It's cool when somebody recognizes you and hands you some fish.
I realize I don't eat sushi.
Yeah, you don't really go to sushi without me. Like, that's a me thing.
I probably go once or twice a year.
Yeah, I don't know. It's good.
It's not bad, just for some reason not on my radar.
But yeah, like I said, I'll put a link there. The people are friendly, but again, like...
even for me, it can be a bit overwhelming.
Yeah.
Just because I might not necessarily know all the items on the menu, and ordering at a sushi restaurant's full on.
It is. You just because you got to yell out like in front of the whole room.
And you got to feel confident about what you're ordering and how many you're ordering, and everybody is going to be listening. And if you're a foreigner, everybody is going to be listening.
Like it feels like everything gets silent. Like how's this gonna go? But anyway, yeah, that's my favorite place. And the other question, food related. Where was it? William Bardwell asks, what kinds of ramen do you like recently? What kinds of places were you disappointed by? That's harder to answer, but what we've been eating a lot of.
Tantan men.
Tantan men is amazing. So I think does that count as ramen?
It's like a Chinese noodle soup.
Yeah.
Spicy.
Yeah.
Creamy.
Peanuts.
Egg.
They use
ground
like
beef.
the ground beef. There's a place that's right by our apartment that actually has a Michelin star for making tantan men, and it's pretty damn good. But so we got kind of into it there, and now we've been going and finding it. It seems to have gotten.
I feel like I was into it before it was cool, so yeah.
Well, we ate there before they had the Michelin star, but it seems like it's gotten popular in Japan recently. Tantan men. I mean, it's spicy to light you up, like in some places, and then some places make it hot, some places make it cold, and it's just amazing.
Other than that, tsukemen.
Tsukemen is good. It can be a little fishy for me sometimes.
Yeah, so tsukemen is essentially where the noodles are separate from the broth, so they'll bring you a small amount of broth, and the noodles typically served cold, I think, and you just dip them into the broth, and then into your
We made a video of the really good tsukemen place that closed recently. Years ago. The little red one by Peaches.
there?
We made a video there, so
Yeah,
I'll put a link in the description about the Tsukemen place as well, so you
yeah.
can check that out if you don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah, Tsukemen was the one thing, like the one meal that I really missed in America.
Really?
So we got up on that.
And if you're going with like standard ramens, I like miso ramen.
I don't know much about standard ramens. I eat all of it.
Shoyu, salty, or miso?
But you definitely miso. Shoyu is just kind of boring, and salty is also just kind of sweaty.
So you're a miso girl?
Yeah.
What up? All right. More stuff is coming, so
always.
Yeah, check out us and stuff.
Yeah.